I know you probably already watched it, and that's why you clicked on this video, but just in case, spoilers ahead. Alright, so the last time I picked up New Horizons was all the way back in June, and that was when I was finishing up recording my guide for getting tons of bells. You know, the main currency in New Horizons. That's because I felt like there just wasn't enough to do in the game anymore, especially with no updates in a while. Until now, oh my god, there is literally so much more to do. Captain's Island, farming and cooking, and basically a whole other game. I guarantee you, at least another 200 hours are coming to the grand total of time I played this game. November 5th literally could not possibly come any sooner. Usually when it comes to updates to the game, they're usually announced on social media with the date they'll be arriving, a short video follows, and that's it. But this was an entire direct, which we haven't had for this game since February of 2020. The plan for this video is to take a look at what was talked about in the direct and rate it out of 10. Let's begin. Alright, so first and foremost, we know that the Roost will be coming, as it was shown in the Nintendo Direct from September. But now we can see the full thing for ourselves. Just like in City Folk, the Roost can be entered through the museum, and you can talk to Brewster, who will give you a cup of coffee for a mere 200 bells. I can tell you, I've missed this dude for a long time. Apparently you're also able to call anyone you want via Amiibo to the Roost as well, which makes things even more interesting. One thing they never talked about was a part-time job for the Roost, which is something that you could do for Brewster in New Leaf. It might be a hidden feature though. The Roost gets a solid 9.5 out of 10. I love it so much and I can't wait to see it myself on my own island. I don't even know where to start with how excited I was the frame Captain came into view. It's a good thing I've been saving up my Nook miles lately, because when you ask him to visit one of his mystery islands, it's around 1,000 miles. Fortunately, it's twice as less payment as the normal Nook miles islands you use for collecting materials and finding villagers. Also, he's back to singing his sea shanties. I am so proud of him. Now, in this small segment, we don't really get much information from these islands. We don't know if we can take any items home from us, we don't know what kind of island we can run into, there's a lot of unknown stuff here. One thing I found interesting were the vines climbing up the sides of these cliffs. I'm hoping we can put these on our own island. This segment gets an 8.5 out of 10, because while it's pretty interesting, again, there's not much we know about it and it somewhat kills the excitement. Before this update, I never really found the interest to go to Harv's Island for photography. Well, that's mainly because I'm not really good at setting up things like that. But now, I think it's about time I head over there with what just got announced. With the fact that you can now let other NPCs open their shops, things have definitely gotten more interesting. You don't have to wait a week in order for Leaf to show up when he's right there. Also, yes! I've missed Katrina too, so I'm glad she's returned to the game. Oh, and I guess Tortimer's not dead after all, huh? It's basically like a little main street on Harv's Island now, and I can't say I just like it, because I love it. I'll give this a 10 out of 10. Alright, so for this next little segment, I'm going to mash different parts together for the rating. First off, they've finally done it! Another throwback to an older game, this time Morning Aerobics. The last time you were able to do this in any Animal Crossing game goes all the way back to the Gamecube in 2002, about 19 years ago. I was more excited than others about this new feature, and I just can't wait to do these exercises again. Next, ordinances. A throwback to New Leaf now, with each of the 4 original ordinances. I'm wondering if their perks have gone through any changes since we've last seen them. I was pretty happy to see these again, and of course, more home renovations, and more than double the storage size for items. I think Nintendo listened to us when we were asking for more quality of life features, because all of this is just so exciting. I'll be giving this a 10 out of 10. This was probably one of the most exciting things I saw in this direct so far. You're able to go full-blown Stardew Valley and make your own produce. They've added so much with this. Tomatoes, wheat, sugarcane, potatoes, and carrots. There's a lot to see. My island is going to have to be redesigned like crazy because of this. Not only that, but you can actually use the produce you make to eat your own meals, which you can either use for decoration or eat. If you eat it, it gives you quite a bit of stamina. I don't think I can thank Nintendo enough for this feature. It was just what I was hoping for. I'm giving this an 11 out of 10. Yep, an 11. I know it's over the limit, but I'm just so happy to see this. Here, we have a few more quality of life features, some costing us Nook miles. First, we've just gotten ceiling furniture, something that quite a few of us have wanted for a while. Not to mention the fact that when you put down wallpaper, you can choose if you want it to be one part of the wall, or for every wall. Now, in case you don't know, I haven't decorated my house one bit ever since New Horizons actually released in 2020, but I think that's about to change. Once again, Nintendo listened to us, but just barely. When getting a pro construction license, 2 more bridges and 2 more inclines can be constructed on the island, meaning that you can now have 10 maximum each. A very notable change is the fact that not only are there 9 more fencing types, but you can customize the colors of the fencing to your liking. Now that's what I'm talking about. The Pro Camera was a nice addition as it's an easy way to get up close pictures of villagers, just like this. Oh, yikes, this seems like a cursed image. Okay, I love how one of the 11 new reactions here is just named Jammin'. I think that's pretty funny. They really listen to us! Not only can we access our storage outside now, but we can also access our bank through an outside source as well. Maybe it's too much to ask for, but I hope we can use the ABD on other islands now, because it can be tedious when you can't. Whew, that was quite a long section there. I'll give this a 9.9 out of 10. And you might be wondering, where did that 1/10 of a point run off to? It feels a bit greedy and wants there to be a bigger limit for bridges and inclines, like perhaps 12. Yeah, that 1/10 of a point is me. I'm sorry, I know I'm asking for too much. Gyroids! I've missed these guys. Apparently you can locate gyroid fragments around town, and if you water them, or wait until it rains, then they'll grow into a certain type of gyroid. As old fans may know, these little guys make noises that correspond to the music that's playing. And now, with customization, comes the ability to change their color to match your room's theme. I appreciate that, because in older games you would usually have to find very specific kinds that would match the theme of your room just barely. I'll give them a 10 out of 10. I'm hoping Brewster will collect them like he did in City Folk. For the final part of the free update, we've gotten a few more quality of life additions. First and foremost, the ability to place down ladders around your island to get around more. You don't need a handheld ladder anymore. All you have to do is buy a DIY recipe for the ladder setup kit, craft it, and boom. I don't need to focus on this too much since I haven't set up my house very well, but you're also able to get around narrow spaces in a room. Oh, and villagers can randomly visit your house again. I just hope that doesn't happen while I'm remodeling, or when my house just looks like garbage in general. This small section gets a 9 out of 10. I'm not really a huge fan of villagers walking in randomly on me. And that concludes the free update section of this video. But that doesn't mean the video's over though. There's still one very important thing to talk about in this video that was covered for the majority of the direct. And it's the fact that we basically just got a whole new game added to New Horizons for the small price of $25. This is called Happy Home Paradise, and in case you didn't realize, it's very similar to Happy Home Designer from 2015. Basically, what you'll do is find a villager to make a whole vacation home for, and you'll make that home based on their preferences. Then, you'll find a place in the archipelago to build their home. You'll build their home accordingly, using the 3 required pieces of furniture, and other ones of course. Then, when you decorate the outside, you can move the house, plant trees, place paths, place other furniture, and literally modify the time and weather to your liking. Okay, hold on just a minute. Hold on. You're seeing what I'm seeing, right? I think you're seeing what I'm seeing. They've added the Froggy Chair. The Mad Lads, they've done it. Getting this DLC allows you to place counters, partition walls, and pillars. I mean, just look at this. It's beautiful. And you can put these in your own home for decoration as well. You're able to earn a new currency designing these homes too, and they're called Poki. It looks like you use this just to buy exclusive furniture. Finally, just like in the 3DS version of Happy Home Designer, you can build schools, shops, and more. Oh, and this new character, Wardell, he's pretty cool. I'm giving this section an 11 out of 10. There's so much you can do for a mere $25. Unfortunately, as mentioned in the direct, this is the last major update for New Horizons. But I'm telling you, this is basically almost everything I ever wanted and needed for the game. Things are finally starting to look up. I'd always felt New Horizons was a little bit empty up until now. Now all we have to do is patiently wait those 3 weeks for the update to release. It's gonna be ridiculously hard. Oh, right. We need to get to our results collected for the final score. So, with our calculations of the 9 scores here, we end up with the overall score of this direct being about 9.9 out of 10. Oh man, that 1/10 really wanted to run away again, didn't it? This was such an amazing direct, and I'm so happy we're getting so much more to offer. Even if it is the last major update, it's worth the amount of stuff we got. Nintendo basically hit it out of the park with this. What did you think of the direct, and what do you think was missing? Answer in the comments below. Thank you all for watching today's video. If you liked it, do consider subscribing. I may not post often, but I try to make my videos worthwhile. So I'll see you all in the near future.